Hello, everybody. So we're really excited about everything that Sarah and I and others have been planning for the 2021 retreat. Start off with, I think everybody knows this, but maybe in case people don't, Joseph Marshall will be the co-mentor or the lead mentor actually this year, and he'll have a keynote. We'll have various sessions. We're actually going to have opportunities for one-on-one sessions with him if you submit up to 1,500 word manuscript before about July 15th or the end of the month. The earlier the better, because I will actually be organizing all of those for him, and so he can access those. The other important piece to that, and I'm going to actually mute a couple of you guys, sorry, and we'll do Q&A at the end, is we hope you will be there. So along with that, I think probably we want to talk about why we have the Oak Lake Writers Retreat. So actually, to do that, Sarah, do you want to share a little bit? And then Joel and Ed, because you've all been at the retreats, go ahead and say something about why you've attended in the past. That would be really awesome. We do have new members. Some of you aren't aware of that. So we want them to know why we have done the retreat, why we keep doing the retreat. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I could go first. I'm probably the newest member of the group. I know that the rest of you have been members much longer than I have. I think I've been a part of the group for 6 years now. But I think the retreat is just a really great place for Oceti Shakuin writers to come together and, you know, share ideas and focus on their writing. And I don't know, I think it's just a really great experience. I know it's been really helpful for me as a writer. It's made me, you know, a better writer, a better scholar. So I always enjoy the retreats.
Thank you, Sarah. And many of the retreats are what has fed into the anthologies we've written and a lot of the work that Oak Lake has done. So Joel, I'll just call on you. Do you want to share? Because you do, I believe, are you in both The Stretch and Hesapa? Or I'm trying to remember The Stretch. Okay.
Well, I've been doing the retreat since 2002, and it's always just been a great experience to not only work on your writings, but also to get feedback from it. Positive feedback is usually, you know, the gist of it. And we do work on collaborations too, which is great. Those of us that have the time and you know, the material for it. And it's just always been fun, and that's about it, really.
Okay, Ed.
All right, I'll keep it short as usual. Well, for everything that Joel and Sarah say, however, I do have one thing, you know. I was wondering if somehow we couldn't have a forum for our newest members. Like we have Lisa Whitecloud now, we have Billy Kingfisher, we have Chris Mathonoupa. You know, I mean, they're people I actively went out and recruited, and it'd be kind of nice if we had a space for them, perhaps during one of our meetings, or maybe even at the retreat, where, you know, we just really acknowledge them and I mean, that's just something down the line, but I think we kind of come into the retreat.
To answer that though, I think we can. When you see the agenda, there'll be places for that, so. Okay.
Yeah, it's just something that, you know, I think when I came in, I just kind of like segued in, and, you know, I was kind of like that long lost cousin who showed up and was like a fly on the wall, and, you know, but I think it means something to be an Oak Lake writer person, you know, member. So just that alone. So that's why I want to, you know, go and meet people for all what Joel and Sarah said. And, you know, being in Valandra now, I think we're gonna have to start a new branch of the Oceti Shakopee. There's a lot of us that live on this I-29 corridor. That could be our tribe. I-29 corridor tribe. I mean, travel up and down on that thing.
You mean
Anyway.
all of Lakota that live East River?
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, shoot, Joel's moved back to Vermilion, so that's 3 of us.
I know, and then Patty's in Madison. Butch Felix is up in Sisseton.
Oh, Mabel's up in Sisseton.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Yeah, the retreat has been
from Wagner too, right?
Huh?
We've got like 2 people from Wagner as well.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, so let's go ahead, and I'm kind of trying to, I think we're going to be sharing this maybe publicly, and we kind of skipped over the introductions actually. Oops. So this is July's coffee hour with the Oak Lake Writers Society, and we're just going over the retreat. We all have a lot going on, and so we get talking and then we forget what we're kind of doing. So Dr. Edward Valandra is with us. He's the Publishing and Sovereignty Officer for Oak Lake Writers Society. Dr. Sarah Hernandez is here. She's the Legacy and Literature Officer for the Oak Lake Writers Society. And we have one of our longtime poets, Joel Waters, who is also joining us. So that is awesome. And then I'm Tasiyagnunpa Barondeau, and I'm the Executive Director of Oak Lake. My first retreat, I think, was in 2005. And I think, well, I agree with you, Ed, that we definitely probably want to help people integrate and feel maybe just kind of take care of some of that hospitality part of it. I think one of the cool things about Oak Lake, though, is that people do get to come into this room full of tribal thinkers and tribal writers and from various backgrounds and genres, and get to just be part of it's not really a classroom setting, but a setting of people who are talking about words and talking about our language and our culture, and there's no Washichu mediating it. Even our longtime organizer and one of the founders, Dr. Charles Woodard, you know, he worked very hard to make sure that that was a safe place and that it didn't ever feel interruptive, even when he was there. So I think that's one of the really important things about the Oak Lake Writers Society is, you know, we have maybe some differing opinions, but I feel like the way that we have often built consensus, how we find things to agree with one another on and then add in our own piece, it's all been pretty positive. I'm sure there's been people who've come and maybe got rubbed the wrong way or just decided it wasn't for them and didn't come back or whatever. And we're all a bunch of writers. So, you know, we probably all think we're right. But overall, it's actually been the healthiest group of writers I've ever been a part of. So I think that's probably good. And, you know, we're also all enrolled tribal members of one of the groups of the Oceti Shakopee and Oyate, which again is a really important piece. So when we're speaking to tribal politics or, you know, the state versus the tribes in various ways, all the things that we talk about, that's really important. We all have a dog in the fight, so to speak. So I am really excited about this year. That's why we went ahead, even though it was a holiday weekend, we had this coffee hour. Let me go ahead and switch screens, get down to the nitty gritty here of what we're going to be doing this year. So usually until last year, the Oak Lake Writers Society retreat has been at the Oak Lake Biological Field Station that is owned by South Dakota State University, over here in eastern South Dakota. Oak Lake is dang near to the Minnesota border, but of course, all of this is Dakota territory. It's a very special place. I don't know that we want to get into all of that here, but we will a little bit in the retreat. As a fairly long time participant, I am looking forward to bringing some of the things that made Oak Lake special as a place, as a continuity of the land that was there that we recognized as one of our relatives. And so while this is a virtual retreat, we're definitely going to still have a bit of a Oak Lake vibe, so to speak. And I'll be working to do that. The next year, and we have the cooperation of the Oak Lake Field Station manager to do that. So I'm really excited about that. Next year, we hope to actually move the retreat and start having it in our communities, because it's always been in eastern South Dakota since the 1990s. And I think it's high time that we plug back into our communities. Because we do have many genres of writers represented, it's not all academic, and we want to make sure that people are comfortable and aware of the work that we've been doing for the Oyate. One of the really astounding things I think about the Oak Lake Writers Society, even though we are a lot of individuals with our personal projects and genres and ideas and thoughts, we're also in a way holding each other accountable, just like the old societies we know of the warrior societies and the women's societies. So not that we're, I don't think it's a harsh thing. I just think it's something that we all have in mind, that when we write something, we're not just writing it for ourselves. And it's a way of, I see, decolonizing the hyper individualistic liberal arts that many of us, when we do, whether it's high school or college, kind of sometimes get sucked into. And so it's a really great remedy for that. And so, like I said, it's been a very good experience for me and for many of our members. And so we're really excited to try to bring it to everyone virtually. It makes it a little more complicated to do that when we all can't be together physically. So this year's retreat will be Thursday, August 5th to Sunday, August 8th. And the where of it is virtual and Zoom. As many of you know, the Oak Lake Field Station doesn't have internet, I think. Well, the one place does, but the field house never did. So I will be pulling in some things from there, but we won't actually be out there at all for it. We will be using actually this website. So oaklakewritersociety.com. And before I head down and show you a little bit around the website, it's right here, and soon there will be a page and it will have a password. And so you need to register. So I will show you that right here. So let's go ahead and look at the agenda first. And so you can kind of get a taste for it, but all of it will be housed within our own website. And then you'll have the links and things to the different Zoom meetings. So that, I hope, will make it a little bit more, I hope that makes it a little more simplified to be able to find things. So let me get a drink here. So as you'll see, this year's retreat, I have a little bit of an intro I wrote up. And again, Joseph Marshall will be our mentor this year, Joseph Marshall III. The books of his that we will be focusing on is Crazy Horse Weeps, The Challenge of Being Lakota in White America. And I do have his book. Actually, I'll show you the books that we will be sending out to everyone. Actually, I will do that right now, and then we'll go back to the
that's cool. More books, yay.
Oh, we got the books this year, guys. Okay, so this is the part I'm really excited about, and I'm going to be like really lame and do the speaker view. So everybody see me? Kind of stuck on Joel.
Yeah, I can see you.
Can I mute you, Joel? Yeah, okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. For some reason, Oh, maybe I should change it. I'll just switch it back. I was hoping to give everyone a good look of the books. Okay, so this is the book Crazy Horse Weeps. Can everyone see that? Is it backwards to you? Sorry. The Challenge of Being Lakota and White America. Is it backwards? Or can you see that? No, it's mirrored. Okay, good. So I actually, yeah, I hadn't been real aware of this book. And so this was his request. Our mentors always have us read a book. And so I know a lot of you have been waiting, trying to figure out when you're going to get it. I need everyone to register by the 10th because I'm going to show you all the books we have. So this is that. Oh, and this is the other thing. Do I have it in here? No, I don't. These are signed copies. He has signed nameplates will be in each one. The other book he also has sent out is, and some of these books the society has paid for and some of the books were donated. So is The Journey of Crazy Horse. And actually Joseph Marshall has been a mentor of the Oak Lake Writers Society before. And that was my first year, was 2004. And he got to, part of what he shared with us was actually how he worked with his publisher to make sure that the oral tradition was honored. And they actually had pushed back wanting him to do footnotes to the usual books on Crazy Horse. And so his editor was very, very supportive. And between the two of them, this ended up being the compromise, was this suggested reading all the way at the end. And so, you know, we often think of Joseph Marshall, you know, he's done fiction. He's very, you know, very popular amongst a lot of white readers, which is fantastic. And I think we also want to make sure that we're giving him credit where it's due of the fights he's fought in publishing. So I'm really excited to, I know good things about this one and what he's done, so I'm excited about this one as well. So we will get to hear from him on all of that. His keynote will be Thursday night. Before the keynote, we will have a special event with Native American youth and at the college or high school level. So if you have relatives who are in college or high school who are, again, this is probably going to end up being on our public Facebook page. So tribal youth, please let us know. We actually have a registration form and we can get that to you to pass on to them. And we're really excited about that. That's being sponsored by University of New Mexico and iFair. So that will be with Joseph Marshall, just the youth getting to ask him whatever they want. And then it'll be his keynote on Thursday. So that keynote will also be live on Facebook. So you'll want to share that with all of your communities, all your relatives, your neighbors, and make sure we get that out. It'll be a really, really fantastic. I think, you know, I've heard Joseph Marshall speak to like at Festival of the Book. He was recognized one year, and he's a great speaker. And I'm really excited to hear him as he's speaking to us. So it will be public, but I feel that it'll be much more of the tribal gaze than the settler gaze. And so I think that's way more interesting to me. The other books that we have, make sure I don't forget them. So Living Justice Press, of which Ed, my cousin Ed here, is a part, sent out some titles. One of them is from our longtime mentor and our board emerita, Elizabeth Cookland, from the River's Edge, part of the Aurelia series. So everyone will get a copy of that. And then this is really exciting. And Ed was like, wow, I hope we charged you guys. But 15 copies of Colorizing Restorative Justice that just came out, edited by Ed. And you also have a essay in here, or a chapter in here too, don't you? Yeah. And so this is a diverse, multicultural piece to the restorative justice movement. And so we're really excited. Like I said, I just love how many genres and and different things our writers are coming from. We also have books that were donated or organized by our member Diane Wilson, who just came out with this novel, The Seed Keeper. So we have enough. So here's the deal: register quickly. We will give precedence to Oak Lake Tribal Writer members that are members of the Oak Lake Writer Society. We also have some non-members of the society, or maybe they'll become members, who have been invited this year. But you want to make sure your registration is in by the 10th at the latest, and that really you're the first 15, because the first 15 is who's going to get the packet. So I've got 15 copies of The Seed Keeper by Diane Wilson. And then she also wrote a small primer for middle school. It's published by Minnesota Humanities Center and Minnesota Indian Affairs Council by Wise Inc. And it's a middle school biographical on Ella Deloria. And so I paged through this. This looks really excellent to be sharing. So that will be going out. We also have goodies, because we're going to have activities and do some fun things. I really feel like since we are going to be more virtual, because we can't go on the walks down to the lake, we can't go shower in the open air showers, we can't have the full body holistic type experience of if we were actually at the field station, that we need to do something. So I will be sending out some like touchy-feely feel-good things. So you'll get a care package of goodies that come with this, and also some actually very kind of useful utilitarian types of things for part of that as well. And those pieces will be during coffee hours in the morning, and different times that we have to visit with one another. And again, it's to go back to the fact that, you know, part of culture-based writing, as the Oak Lake Writer Society has defined it, is land-based writing as well. And remembering the stories, and that is what makes us who we are. So I don't explain it as well as many of our members, so I apologize if I butchered that, but okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again. Sarah, make sure you jump in. Sarah is she has actually done a huge chunk of lining everyone up for this and getting the agenda figured out. And so I get to help with other pieces. So I don't think either of us could do it without the other, and I really appreciate all of her work. So agenda Thursday, 5 to 6, again, that emerging tribal writers that will be closed. This is not an open event per se, in that it won't be like a Facebook Live or something like that. If you have tribal youth and you want the registration form, get a hold of us. I think that's how we were going to do it, Sarah. Am I right, or am I misremembering?
Yeah, a registration form, and it's open to all Native students, not just members of the Oceti Sakowin.
Right. Yes, yes. Yeah. So this is an intertribal, emerging tribal writers event. But as far as the registration form, Sarah, am I putting that on the website, or?
Yeah, you can put it on the website. I know I have it on a flyer that I can send out to folks too.
Okay. You know what I'll do after this? I will just go ahead and hyperlink and put that form on here and drop it in. It's actually a Google form. So I will go ahead and put that, get that up here. So come back to the website for that. And then the keynote again is at 6:30 Central Time, Thursday, August 5th. This will be streamed on Facebook Live and recorded. So if for some reason you can't make it that evening, we will have that available. And then Friday, August 6th in the morning. So this is kind of what it's going to look like every morning, 9 to 10 Central Time. Various Oak Lake board members and myself will be hosting a daily coffee hour with a scavenger hunt. It's not your usual scavenger hunt and other games. We have more books. Some of the titles listed here, some that aren't. And so, and extra copies of He Sapa Woy Hamble, which is one of our anthologies, to be giving away. And yeah, we've got a few other prizes as well. Then we'll have a break. And then from 10:15 to 12:15, we'll have Decolonizing Our Stories. This is a mentor session led by Joseph Marshall III for registered participants. Now, a couple things about registering. Again, first 15 get a packet, the goodie package, because we got to get those sent out. If you register after, you can still attend all of the sessions. That's cool. If you know you can't make most of these, you don't register, we will have all of it recorded. So if you're not comfortable being recorded, you probably just want to not register and just wait. If you're a member of the Oak Lake Writers Society, we will have it in our members area of the website and our things. So that's just kind of a caveat. I don't know how else to do it to be able to provide it to everyone who maybe can't participate later. All of these will be done on Zoom. You'll come to the website, you'll have the link. It'll be all organized. This agenda basically will be smashed down smaller and you can just click. And then the previous sessions, as I'm able to get them processed, will be up there. So if you miss something, you can go check it out. Yeah, so you'll click in and then it'll be a Zoom where, there'll be Q&A, there'll be discussion. This virtual coffee hour and networking, it'll be similar to what we're doing today, only with fun stuff and, more of the chit chat. That's not always chit chat. Sometimes some of our best thinking happens. This lunch break is on your own, but if somebody wants me to open up our Zoom room to visit while we eat, we may do that as well. That's sort of just kind of up to everyone if they want to do that. You're certainly welcome to get away from your desk or wherever you're doing it and go do your own thing. So in the afternoon, and then these lunch breaks also will be part of that land-based activities that we'll be doing as well. Then Friday afternoon, we have our writers workshops. This is probably well, we have a lot of stuff going on, but this is pretty intense. From 2 to 7, we have various workshops going on because of all the genres that we participate in. Again, this is one reason why, because some of us fall into more than one section or have interest in more than one section. This is one of the reasons, again, we're going to be recording them. And so 2 to 3 for the live to be part of it and in the Zoom room is Workshop 1, Fiction and Nonfiction with Joseph Marshall III. 3:30 to 4:30 is Workshop 2, Children's Literature with Jessie Taken Live Rencounter. And if you don't know her work, it's just fantastic. And then 4:45 to 5:45 is Workshop 3, and that is Poetry with Trevino Brings Plenty. And I misspelled his name. Oops, fix that. My bad. And then 6 to 7 p.m., Workshop 4, Journalism and Social Media with Nick Estes. A lot of people know that Nick is a college professor as well, but he does solid journalism. And then from 4 to 7, overlapping some of these, is the manuscript review workshop. Again, this is the part where if you have a manuscript up to 1,500 words, get that sent to me. There's a place in the registration form to indicate you want to do this. And then you get a one-on-one 30-minute manuscript review session with Joseph Marshall III. He'll have read it before this and you can go over it. I'm not sure exactly what he'll get into. I believe we're going to record those. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that. But if we do get them recorded, or if you want them recorded, it will be private to you. We won't make those public or open to the members. And if you don't want it recorded, we don't have to do that either. Let's see, Saturday, August 7th in the morning. Again, we're gonna, at 9 to 10, bring your coffee and your breakfast or whatever, and we're going to do more of the networking, visiting activities, and then a break, and then a publishing panel. So we're gonna have a panel discussion with Joseph Marshall and Nick and Sarah about how to write and publish books, and while remaining respectful and responsible to our tribes and communities. 11:45 to 1, again, that lunch break on your own, and it'll tie back into some things that we're doing so that we can get you up and moving and not break your backs sitting in chairs, make you gain 10 pounds during this or whatever. And it won't matter where you are. What I'm planning, it does not matter if you're in an urban jungle in the middle of the res, small town, South Dakota, wherever you're at, you should be able to get something out of that. Then Saturday afternoon, 1 to 3 is the book proposal workshop. So Joseph Marshall will actually have a handout that will get sent out to everyone. And you're going to go through how to actually put together a writing proposal. And Sarah, yeah, the session is really meant for writers who are about to try to submit it. Oh, we got a chat. Oh, okay. Sarah might have to leave us, technical difficulties. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah, do you have anything you want to share? Have I gotten everything? Okay. You actually wrote this agenda, so.
No, I mean, I think you're hitting on everything okay. Yeah, no, I think the agenda is pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Hoping people register, and I'm looking forward to it. This is a new format, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it allows us to be more creative than we have in the past, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm pretty excited. So awesome. Well, thank you. And then 3:15 to 6:15 is an open writing session. We always have this. So this is that time that we usually have that break after lunch. Well, usually we kind of go late, we break late, and then we have that open writing session to get ready for the community read. Oh yes, we're still gonna have the community read, people. So the open writing session, this is where you get a chance to put some polishing, finishing touches, polish your manuscript, maybe things you've been working on writing, maybe start something new that's been bouncing around your head from the workshops. But you're not completely on your own. We'll have a Zoom room open. You can sit there, you can just write. If you want to test some phrase out with people, you can do that. We can have an overlapping conversation about things. So, it's kind of it's open. It'll be moderated, probably me, just to make sure we don't get too crazy, but it should be good. Again, we'll have a break, 6:15 to 6:30. Probably want to shove in some food. We didn't put dinner break here, but kind of. Especially if you want to read, you might not want to be distracted with food. And then at 6:30, we are going to have the community read. The Oak Lake Field Station has always had a community, or the retreat at the Oak Lake Field Station has always had a community read as far as I know. And it was organized by the Brookings Reconciliation Council and the Brookings SDSU community. And so we are going to keep in the spirit of that. And we will also be doing this on a Facebook Live. So this will be anything you read will go out to the public. It'll be recorded. And so you are welcome to go ahead and bring your plate if you want, especially if you are more of a viewer or you're not going to be part of the full, you need to be registered as a participant of the retreat to read at the community read. And like previous years, we're going to try not to go too late, but if we do, I guess at least nobody has to drive home. So. And again, like I said, that will be public. So we'll have some Facebook events done up for those, and you'll want to share those with your networks and your family. So, whew, okay. Sunday, August 8th, morning, again, virtual coffee hour networking session, break at 10:15. And then the business of writing workshop. Our we just hired the services of an accountant, Sandra Livermont Weaver, and she's an enrolled tribal member of the Oglala Sioux tribe. Actually, we went to interior grade school together when I lived there. Oh gosh, what grade? 4th grade, 5th grade, and some of 6th grade. And so, yeah, she will have all the stuff if you have questions about what to do with 1099s, all the self-employment things. So she might not be able to answer absolutely everything, but she's going to give us kind of a run through and give you an idea of how you might want to be handling some of those things. If you're part of like our Native Reads Committee and you get stipends and, you know, like what should you be doing with that stuff? So we just want people to be set up so you don't have any nasty surprises or get audited or something. And then if you had questions, like I said, if you have trust land and, you know, how these things work together, you could probably ask her that too. Again, only ask her probably things you want the public to know. This is gonna be a group session. But anyway, she will be there as a resource. And then we'll have lunch. In the afternoon is our business meeting and farewell. So this will be an update of, as of that day, where we're at with our 501c3 application for the Oak Lake Writers Society and get some feedback for next year's retreat. We are hoping, so you can see if you can hold me accountable and see if this is how it shapes up by August 8th. We are hoping to actually have our IRS application submitted by the retreat. So that is the goal. We're making headway. And so that's really, really exciting. So you can see if we actually got to push the button and hit submit with the IRS as of that date. So you'll probably want to be there for that. All right, now I will open it up to, oh, before I go, one more thing, sorry. Register. I'm just gonna bring this up. Let's do, if you have any questions, Ed, Joel, and then I'll go through the registration form quick.
I'm good.
Were you guys able to allocate some funds to pay for some of these writers workshops?
Will people be getting stipends for their leadership? Is that what you're asking?
You guys, I mean, are they doing this like voluntarily, or were they able to allocate funds to?
We have honorariums for everybody. Yeah, whether they take them or not will be interesting. And there'll be some speaker gifts and some things. So is that?
Well, that's cool. I hope to attend some of them, especially Trevino's, because I know him, but I've never met him in person. But
okay,
we've been published together. Of course, we'll do the business meeting thing. It'll be just really hard for me because of work, you know.
Yeah, well, and that's why I hope that by recording them, that'll help. So, you know, you can fit into your schedule the best you can. So, yeah.
Evenings or early mornings are usually the best time for me. I'm not even supposed to be awake right now, but I was.
Yeah, so maybe we can visit later, but you still probably definitely want to register.
Yeah, of course. I'll do that.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so again, I don't want people mad and disappointed because they're not getting the bling and the swag and the stuff. First 15 people, that's what we got, 15 packages. So basically the first 15 people that sign up, we know a few elders who we're working with, so theirs will probably be saved, but this is how it is right now. As we build capacity for Oak Lake, you know, we didn't know how many would be in attendance. We hated to ask for a bunch of stuff that maybe didn't get used. I don't know. I feel like we're probably going to go through the 15, but we'll see. Again, you can still register. You just might not get the package.
Will you be emailing this link to us?
Okay, so I can, but if you go to oaklakewritersociety.com,
okay,
go to Tribal Writers Retreat, register. You'll get the form, okay? So it's pretty straightforward. You got to fill in the stuff. Media release kind of explains what's going on with that. Again, if you don't want your picture or voice recorded, then you're probably, I mean, go ahead and fill it out and just click the thing that you're not comfortable. You wouldn't get a package, but at least you can get the password for the retreat homepage that's password protected. And so you can go in and watch the recordings. And I'm going to work very hard between Zoom and my not very high-tech technology to get those up as soon as I can after each session. So people can see them and participate. So, and Joel, like, you know, you can, when you are awake, you can see them. There's also a thing here. If you're a member, you know, go ahead, fill that out. And I will show you actually some of our own members. You guys haven't signed up yet. We thought about being really mean and charging people or something if you didn't get your registration forms in through our membership software. And so we're not doing that. We decided not to be mean like that. But you're going to want to do that if you have not done that. So this retreat is only open to enrolled members of the Ochedi Shakun Oyate. So go ahead though and put the name of your tribe below because I know some of us, you know, like to put it certain ways. So I'll say, you see Changu, make sure you put one of them. I'm not going to know. Which one? I don't know. Okay. And then the mentorship opportunity. So this is a text piece. Just type in yes, no, yeah, if you have room, that kind of a thing. Read it. This is for the Joseph Marshall portion. And then finally, how much does this all cost? Nothing. For you, it does cost Oak Lake a lot of time, a lot of energy. And so we would like you to make a donation by clicking on this link if you're able. Again, if you can't make a financial donation, don't sweat it and make sure that you're paying it forward in some way, you know, whatever that means to you. So we don't want to be super capitalistic or anything like that, but we also want to be able to exist and have a retreat next year. So please do consider doing that. This link actually, it goes to Click and Pledge, which is run by our fiscal sponsor, NDN Collective. And so you can go ahead and make a donation there and it's tax deductible. So in case you care about things like that, which you might after you talk to my Livermont cousin, Sandra. Let's see. Okay, and then this drop down, I'll put that youth registration link will be right here. And then if you haven't learned or are wanting to learn more about native reads, I did redo the native reads portion. So all about native reads, the program we've been doing, what has Oak Lake been up to? This is what we've been up to. And there's now a page for every separate book of the first selection. This program is also going to continue in various ways. It's too bad Sarah had to jump off, but it is one of the programs of Oak Lake. So this did take an hour. Wow, I didn't think it was going to, but any other questions?
It all looks good.
Awesome. Sarah is taking a sabbatical to work on her book for all of July. So with that in mind, if you have any questions and need to get a hold of somebody, you can use right here about, contact us, send something that way. If you don't, for some reason, have my email, Facebook, Twitter, all the things, I'm your contact person. So I was teasing Sarah, I might take all of August off after all this. So
Cool.
yeah. Oh, membership application. Yes, membership application is here. Contact us. There's a membership application. Even better, you go to About into Membership and read the letter from our Board of Directors dated January 28th, 2021, explaining why we do what we do. I did not write this. And so you want to do that. And then after you read their letter, click on the membership link at the bottom and do that. So.
I thought I already did that, but I never got confirmation of anything.
We can talk about that. I know you're in there. If you
Okay.
didn't send in your supporting documentation, you wouldn't have gotten an email. So
Supporting documentation.
yes, your tribal enrollment verification, and well, you don't have to send me the publishing thing. I know where you're published, but don't assume that though for people who are just putting it in. So, but Joel, you're good.
Well, the tribal enrollment thing, do you just like need a picture of it or an actual copy of the documentation?
Yep. And you can either send it to, if you don't trust technology, you can send it to our PO box in Brookings, or you can send it to oaklakeriders@gmail.com.
Got
Yep.
it.
Yep. And again, I did not come up with that. I am fully supportive of it. And it came from our elders in our board of directors. So
Well, I just send you a copy or take a picture of my tribal ID and I'll email it to you.
yeah, that's fine. CDIB, I think we've taken that, or like a photocopy of your letter that the tribe sends you verifying you've been enrolled. They usually send that out. So there you go. It is really kind of interesting to see the different tribes and their stuff that comes in. So yeah. Ed, do you have anything to add as one of our most fearless leaders?
No, I'm good with how you organize the how the thing was organized. Just a couple of things. I agree with you about probably setting a date, next time, because from the 1st to the 8th of August I have that Satyagraha Institute, but I'll see if I can get away at times. It's out in Placerville, so that's out in the middle of nowhere. So I'll try to figure out something. But the other thing about the students, this is a summer, boy, it's going to be hard to get students, so try to figure out something around that maybe later on. Maybe we could have an interim workshop for students so we can get maybe high school and college students.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can do an interim one of this nature just on that itself. That'd be a good thing. Couple
Yeah,
less.
I think we should do more for sure. So hopefully people are still able to attend. But this
And
kind of happened the way it happened for various reasons.
and I understand that completely. I just think that me, I'm always about trying to get our K-12 people involved, because I know there's just a bucket load of money there that if we went to the schools, I've seen tribal schools drop $15,000-$20,000 on a small project, and they're all about improving reading and writing in these K-12 schools. Shoot, we could do really, really well by then.
Well, and speaking of that, this is being recorded, so we don't want to, drape too much of our laundry out there. But that has been one of the great things about Native Reads was, and it was partially coincidental, but Tiosh Bazina has had some really great turnout with kids' literacy because they were reading their own authors. And so that's been something that they've seen. And so, that representation is so huge. So yeah, I really agree. And we've got a lot of good stuff going on. The other thing, I just want to make a plug. Again, this is going to probably be public. Most of our donations come from our own members, members of the Oak Lake Writers Society, or our tribal members, and Native nonprofits, Native-led nonprofits. We're becoming our own nonprofit, and to donate, again, that link is at the top. And we grants take a while. So
Sure.
it's really important that we get the grassroots support now. And, you know, everyone should be sharing this. And because, you know, the books we've worked on, the work of the Oak Lake Writers Society, the members of the Oak Lake Writers Society is really important for all the conversations that we're having today and to be informed. So yeah, I can't stress that enough. So
Cool.
this is good. Well, thanks guys for stopping in, and
Nice to see you, Joel.
yeah,
You guys too.
I'm glad you're awake. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe
This was fun.
we need like a late night like coffee thing, or like I don't know.
Midnight usually works great for me.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to have like a midnight poets hour or something. That'd be awesome. Hey, that might be one way actually to get a lot of youth. I swear, like my college kid, he's nocturnal. So he's eating, that's because it's quiet. And that's when he works on his schoolwork. So I don't know, get on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Well, I got a kid messaging me. I have to go. I have to go pick
All
up
right.
somebody. So
See you
thanks so
guys.
much, guys. Take care.
Bye.